Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Euzu billahi mineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbena efrig aleyna sabran ve sebbit akdamena fensurna alel kavmil kafirin. Rabbena heb lena min ezvacina ve zürriyatina kurrate a'yun ve cealna lil muttaqine imama. رب اجعل هذا البلد آمنا وجنبني وبني أن نعبد الأصنام وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. Eid Mubarak to everyone. It's too late for Eid, but that is the first opportunity for me to be with you. So, inshallah, we will continue studying the section Araf of the Qur'an. It's a long section. Inshallah, it won't be boring for you. It is a long section, but several different subjects have been dealt with. So we studied until the verse 157. And inshallah, today we will study 157. We studied last time 158, and we will jump to 159, inshallah. الذين يتبعون الرسول النبي الأمي الذي يجدونه مكتوبا عندهم في التوراة والإنجيل يأمرهم بالمعروف وينهاهم عن المنكر ويحل لهم الطيبات ويحرم عليهم الخبائث ويضع عنهم إصرهم والأغلال التي كانت عليهم فالذين آمنوا به وعزروه ونصروه واتبعوا النور الذي أنزل معه أولئك هم المفلحون. Now the translation says we will study, inshallah, section by section. Those who will follow the messenger, the unlettered, uneducated prophet, they find described in the Torah and the Gospel the prophet who commands them to do what is obviously right and forbid what is obviously wrong and allow them to good things in life and forbid them the bad things. He, the prophet, will release them from their burdens and shackles that bound them before. Those who will believe in him and honor him and support him and follow the enlightenment that has been sent down with him, who will succeed. So it's a long verse, as you notice. We will study phrase by phrase. Those who will follow the messenger, the unlettered, uneducated prophet, I remember touching upon the importance of this Nabi al-Ummi. So Ummi, Nabi, it means unlettered prophet, which doesn't mean that the prophet is not an intelligent person. On the contrary, he must be a very intelligent person, but he has not been polluted. His understanding has not been polluted, his knowledge has not been polluted by the already existing culture or human elements, human understandings. But the prophet, the typical characteristics of the prophets are intelligent people question and do not really follow anything which doesn't make sense for them. So they are questioning, they look for the answers, but there is no ready answer from the already existing culture. That is ummi of the alien culture. That's why God has chosen them and presented the answers to human questions to them, and also employed them, educated them, prepared them to be the leader, to be the example for the people in the area where they are. When the case is the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, the verses of the Qur'an emphatically mentions that the Prophet Muhammad was sent not to a particular tribe, but to whole human beings. So they find described this prophet, they find described in the Torah and in the Gospel. There are very serious scholarly studies finding out the traces of the inclinations, indications about the coming of the last prophet in the Torah and in the Gospel, the Bible. Of course, what it means for us, first of all, we have to realize that the prophets are not really learned people and educated themselves and addressing people, teaching people with what they have learned, what they have acquired from their own investigations. That is why the prophets always say, this is what God told me through angels, Gabriel. We have to know that whatever the prophet receives from God through angels, then he conveys them to us. We have to know that. So Torah and Gospel also are supposed to be revelations from God, and they also, the prophets, Moses and Jesus, received these messages, and they said, whenever the human beings need guidance, God sends them the prophets. And some scholars seriously studied these sources, Torah and the Gospel, and they found the traces of this news in them. Of course, this is a professional subject, and this is not our topic here. We are not going to study the Torah and learn Hebrew language or the language, original language of Jesus, Aramaic or other, Jesus spoke in Aramaic. That's what we learn from history. We are not going to learn from them, and we don't have time for it. Practically speaking, we understand that whenever human beings need guidance, God sends guidance to them. So the very fact that the Torah says, I am the word of God, the Bible says what God taught Jesus, and this is what Jesus conveyed to people. This reality demonstrates that God never leaves human beings alone. Always, he accompanies the human beings with his revelation, with his guidance. So it comes to the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, peace and blessings be upon him, the Prophet who commands them to do what is obviously right, which is the language here is ma'ruf. يأمرهم بالمعروف. Ma'ruf, obviously right. Everybody knows that every human nature acknowledges that what the Prophet is telling them makes sense to them, and they are not alien ideas to human beings. It means we have to understand the message of the Qur'an or message of the revelation should not contradict human nature. Why? Because the speaker in the revelation is the creator of the universe, creator of the human beings, therefore. So if my creator would suggest me an understanding, a guidance, which I cannot understand, doesn't make sense. That's why obviously right. As long as we don't spoil our character, as long as we don't corrupt our nature, we will understand that what the revelation in general now in this age, the Quran tells us should be confirmable by my nature. And also forbid what is obviously wrong. It means the revelation teaches me what is right and what is wrong, so that I will make a sharp distinction between right and wrong. Obviously wrong, obviously right, ma'ruf and munkar. Munkar is something that my nature rejects. You may be familiar, some of us may be familiar with the language inkar, rejection. My nature says, no, it is not correct. I cannot really approve it. But what is most important at this stage is I should be careful not to condition myself with the ideas that I have learned from present civilizations that I am living in, I am living by, present civilizations. So if I am careful about it, if I say, look, I shouldn't condition myself, I shouldn't have a biased idea. Exactly listen what the message says. Message says, you understand that the universe must have a creator, and this creator must be the absolute being, and nothing in this universe can have any right, any capacity, any quality to give existence to anything else. Everybody, as long as they are not conditioned themselves, can understand this. Here is the universe obviously demonstrating this reality, and human beings can experience that we cannot create anything, although human beings are the most intelligent creatures. We cannot really create anything. We just follow the order of the universe, and we do nothing more than what the order of the universe asks us to do, or by following the order of the universe. So obviously right, obviously wrong, in any sense, simply means we can approve it, we can confirm it through our nature. So, and what is obvious, and forbid what is obviously wrong, and allow them do good things. What is it? Good things. It means useful things, useful to human nature. When Quran says, for example, don't gamble, don't tell a lie, we understand they are wrong. But why do we need? Because why do we need our God to tell all this to us? We need to confirm. We feel the need to confirm by the revelation through the prophets, because the prophets come and present themselves, say, look, you know that I am a trustworthy person, innocent person. I have no secret agenda. I am not looking for any benefit for myself, so, or really execute my power over you. I am an ordinary man like yourself. But God has revealed to me, here it is, there are my miracles, which are created by God, demonstrating that I am employed by him. So the prophets, when the subject comes, we discuss about this point. Prophets have to present miracles. Why? Because we know that anybody can claim anything. So they may say anything, I am employed by God, etc. The human beings are free to say this, but we should expect miracles. Why? Because miracles are the most important evidence for the first audience of the prophets. The first audience don't know. Revelation has not been completed, and there were not many verses so that I can really understand. Okay, I'm sorry. I can really understand the message, so that by studying the message, I will be confident that the message makes sense to me. But the first audience don't have the message. They have only a few verses, and they don't know exactly what the general body of the revelation is all about. They have right to be suspicious about the claim of the person. Although the person must be known as trustworthy and an honest person, everybody must be aware of it, but still we need evidence. So prophets come with the miracles and demonstrates the miracles, of course, created by God to the people, so that they will build up their confidence in his claim. So when we say this is right, this is wrong, in general sense, human nature understands it. But when it comes to details, when it comes to understanding the reality of the creation, especially when it comes to human expectations and some mysterious things in the universe going on. What do I mean by mysterious things? I don't want to die, and I'm dying. I want to get full satisfaction, and there is no full satisfaction in this world. And I want to build up a satisfactory life, but at the end, life comes to an end, and I die and leave everything behind. These things are mysterious, because mysterious means I cannot answer. I don't know what it is. So the message comes through the revelation, tells exactly what my nature confirms, and plus explains what I am not sure about, makes sure, confirms it, this is right and this is wrong, because human beings may not really always agree on certain principles. For example, the civilizations change. Sometimes doing some sort of activities may be acceptable by the society. 100 years later, it may not be acceptable by the society. The society keeps changing. How can I make, or I can assure that I will have a universal truth? Then the Quran, the revelation comes and explains to me, this is the universal truth for you. This is how you should explain your existence, how you should prepare your life and make your life meaningful. That is why the Prophet comes with the message and release them from their burdens and shackles that bound them before. What are they? Burdens and shackles. What are they? Do you think you can give an example for it? Anyone among us? Give an example. The burdens and shackles. I feel that if let's think together. I feel that these burdens and shackles, إصرهم وأغلال التي كانت عليهم. So every society has some sort of values, but these values we inherit from our ancestors, and the societies have different values. We don't know what is right. In China, their values are different. Yes, stealing is wrong. All over the world, everybody agrees with it. But there are some other values, local cultures, local customs. In some society, for example, you have to have this. Why? Because everybody has it. This is these kind of habits, these kind of customs may be not natural to human nature, not appropriate to human nature, because we developed in this way. Every society may have different customs. If you go to a place, they live in a different way than another place of the world. These are, we don't know which one is the universally true for human nature. We don't know. We human beings put some sort of or attach some sort of values to certain things, and we feel that we have to follow it. Whether it is right or wrong, we may not question it because of the customs. Customs are so effective, influential. If I am used to a certain way of life, I think this is the best way. But I see in another community, they are not living in the same way. They have their own customs. That is what I understand from the burdens and shackles that we ourselves can develop, can make up for ourselves. And we find ourselves bound by them. We have to do it as if that the Prophet comes with the message, what is exactly the most appropriate way of life, way of understanding, way of interpreting the existence, and releases us for our artificial, customary habits. that we inherit from our ancestors. So makes it exactly the perfect way for human beings to live in this world, the most appropriate to human nature. So I am going to follow this line. Those who will believe in him and honor him, and support him and follow the enlightenment that has been sent down with him, these people will succeed. So succeed in this world, أولئك هم المفلحون, falah, succeed, being successful, receiving what we have been expecting. Actually, falah means this. So when we follow him, honor it, we believe in it, because it shouldn't contradict our belief, our nature. So it is easy to confirm it, believe it, and honor him, and also respect what the messengers present to us, and support him. Not only saying that, oh, that makes sense, I accept it. No, we have to support. That is very important. وَعَزَّرُوهُ وَنَصَّرُوهُ. It means not only support, honor him and support him. Nasaruhu, azzeruhu, honor him. Nasaruhu, support him. We have to support the truth. We cannot say only that I believe in the Qur'an. I believe what the Prophet Muhammad presented to me. I am going to follow him in my life. That is good, but not enough. We have to honor him, support him, and follow the enlightenment. Why? That is also the word following the enlightenment needs to be discussed. وَاتَّبِعُوا النُّورَ الَّذِي أُنزِلَ مَعَهُ. That has been sent down with him. Now, the nur, enlightenment, we understand as it is also referred in other verses of the Qur'an, the message itself, because it makes everything enlightened, easily understandable. We will realize that, this is really true. I understand this. So my mind will be enlightened about my suspicions, my doubts, my unanswered questions. Unanswered questions, especially the purpose of existence. Why do we exist? And the most important question that every human being should ask, why am I created in this world? And then, why am I taken away from this world? Which means given death. I am brought in this world as a baby. I didn't know, but there were some people employed who are expected to take care of me. As a baby, I was taken care of by my parents, maybe my grandparents as well. Lots of people were employed in my service. Who's arranging this? And as soon as I was born, my sustenance has already been prepared with my mother's breast. Who is organizing all this? What is the point? And then I am growing. I am taken care of. or I am being taken care of all my life. And I reach certain age and I start questioning the meaning of my life. Why? Why I have to struggle here and there? What is the point? Who brought me here? I consciously ask these questions. No answer. I look at the universe. Universe is wonderful, but it doesn't speak to me and tells me, it doesn't tell me, you are created for this purpose. I understand from my nature that there must be wisdom in my existence. But what is the wisdom? I don't know. And later on, I realized that I was happy that I was growing. I became a young person. But afterwards, I start degrading in my life. It means aging. What is going on? There's no answer. Everybody's like me. I don't know. Who brought me? What is happening to me? And why I am aging now? And at the end, I am absolutely sure every living being, in fact, everything dies. What is going on? What is the purpose? Why I have been through lots of problems, struggles of life. At the end, I die and everything is left behind. This is the most important, bewildering mystery of existence. Only through my Creator explaining to me and receiving the message from my Creator, explaining to me why He has created me, what am I expected to do in my life, and what is the point in, at the end, dying, coming to a dead end. What is the point? He explains and presents the evidence that He is the one who has given existence to everything, including human beings. Evidences are there, guides me how to discover, how to benefit from the witnessing of the universe. How am I going to benefit from the universe, not only feeding my bodily needs, but also my intellectual needs? Bodily needs, I don't need my Creator to teach me how to grow vegetables, fruit, and how to take care of animals, domesticated animals, and benefit from them. I'm learning them in my practical life. But how about my feelings? How about my the questions of my intelligence? There, I cannot find them. I cannot learn them. I may speculate something as the philosophers speculated throughout the history. Everybody says something else, different from each other. There is no unanimous idea and perfectly makes sense. No, every age comes up a new fashion of explaining what the universe is all about. Every century, nowadays, every decade, we receive another explanation of existence. But the purpose of existence, no one can say any word about it. They don't know. Unless they receive the revelation, they pay attention to the revelation, they learn from the revelation, and they teach us from benefiting from the revelation. And it makes sense. Otherwise, those people who are trying to teach us what is the purpose of my existence in this world, they cannot say anything. Nowadays, they say, no, we happen to be like this, accidentally, meaningless. There is no purpose in existence. That's how it happened. Random activities, random happenings in matter developed human intelligence and asking question, why am I existing? They say it is what, I don't know, that's how it is happening. It is happened accidentally. It is impossible to accept because there is no accident in the universe. Everything is perfectly arranged for a specific purpose, and the existence of everything is full of wisdom. We cannot say this is just an accidental happening. That is the point that we need enlightenment, because it is dark. We don't know, we don't understand. It is always ambiguous. Nothing is clear. Of course, the creator of the universe and the creator of the human beings should know that human capacity cannot find the answer, and the creator must provide the answer to the human questions that are not clear for human beings. So the Quran says, وَاتَّبِعُوا نُورًا الَّذِي أُنزِلَ مَعَهُ. Follow the enlightenment. Nur, light, makes the things clear for you that has been sent down with the prophet. That's what we are expecting now. We're first to believe in the prophets, because there is no reason not to believe. Whatever they say must make sense to us. Honor him. Whatever we receive from the prophet, we respectfully receive it and hold it. Not leave it like, oh, I heard you, that's correct, but what you said is okay. No, honor him and support him. Why? This is the truth. Some people may not like the truth to be disclosed. They may oppose the prophets, and we are expected to support the prophets. So the Quran says, وَنَصَرُوهُ, support the prophets. Why? The truth must be delivered and spread to other people so that they will be enlightened. They will be saved from being meaningless and living a purposeless life, because message gives a purpose to the life of the human beings. And this is the first belief, the second honor, the third support, and follow the enlightenment in your practical life. Not only believe and say, I believe you are right, but no, practice it. Practice it. And the result is only then we human beings who are exposed to the message will succeed. We will be successful in our life, and our life will be meaningful. That is what I have understood from this verse, practically applicable to my life now. Any questions? Any comments? Please don't hesitate. Otherwise, we will follow. Okay. Okay. Now, let me, okay. We studied this and we are here. Okay, now let's, okay. Let me take this one here. All right. Women Qawmi Musa, now the subject changed about the followers of Musa, the people of Moses. Women Qawmi Musa ummetun yahduna bil haqqi ve bihi ya'dilun. Gives an example now how people treated the prophets. This example is on the prophet Moses. Now, there are some among the people of Moses, who guide with the truth and establish justice accordingly. It doesn't mean that the prophets bring the message and everybody has to follow. In fact, they are expected to follow, but human beings, we always remind each other, and especially myself, human beings have free will. I may know something right, but I may not follow it. I may not practice it. That happens to me in my reality. And some people may have their own agenda, prejudices. They may be people of power hunger. They may consider their own reputations. They may be after money, property ownership. They may do some sort of cheatings, wrong ways of dealing with the people. They may have some political ambitions. They may claim that we are the super being, super nation, better than other nations. There are many other considerations that some people may follow. Not everybody follows the prophetic message because we human beings are not robots. We choose. We are given the free choice. We may agree with the truth. We may not agree with the truth because of other considerations. That is why the Qur'an is full of examples of the people, especially those people who claim that we are the honorable of the society, honorable people of the society. Then they don't want to follow the prophets because usually the prophets are not rich people. And prophets are not usually really maybe all the time, maybe really almost 100% uneducated people. So they don't use their honor, their power in the society. They are innocent people, the prophets are, and not very high class people. There are some exceptions in the Quran, but very few the prophets are exceptional in this case. Otherwise, most of the prophets are ordinary people. They don't want to follow the ordinary people. They have their own values. And they say, no, I am the honorable person. I am the most respectful person. I am the leader of the society. How can I follow this ordinary man? So that is why Qur'an says there are some among the people of Moses who guide with the truth and establish justice accordingly. وَبِهِ يَعْدِلُونَ. So they practice what they learn from the teachings of the prophet Moses. So this is verse 159. Now, وَقَطَّعْنَاهُمْ اثْنَتَيْ عَشْرَةَ أَسْبَاطًا أُمَمًا وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى مُوسَى إِذِ اسْتَسْقَاهُ قَوْمُهُ أَنْ اضْرِبْ بِعَصَاكَ الْحَجَرَ. And فانبجست منه 12 عينا قد علم كل أناس مشربهم وظللنا عليهم الغمام وأنزلنا عليهم المن والسلوى كلوا من طيبات ما رزقناكم وما ظلمونا ولكن كانوا أنفسهم يظلمون. These are very important principles here. Let's read the verse first from the beginning to the end and then study piece by piece. We divided them into 12 tribes. We divided the people of Moses into 12 tribes. Each is a community. When his people asked Moses for water, we inspired him, strike the rock with your staff. Then 12 springs gushed out. Each tribe knew its drinking place. We shaded them with clouds and sent down to them manna and quails, saying, eat from the good things we have provided for you. They certainly didn't wrong us, but they only wronged themselves. Now, let's read this verse and try to see what are we expected to do with the guidance of this verse in our practical life now. That's what the purpose of our study is in this class, to read the Quran and apply it to our practical life. Now, we won't go into historical narrations. It is not our purpose. There are some other scholars, they study the Quran referring to their historical background. That is another subject. That's another scholarly work. We respect them. We don't say that they are no good for anything. No, they are good, depending on what you are expecting from the Quran. But we are being practically, how am I going to practice this verse? I am not the scholar, and I cannot study the Quran in deep analysis through making analysis of the Quran, studying Arabic, details of the Arabic language, and also the balagha of the, it means really very fine tunings in the language of the Quran. We don't have time for it. That's why we are being more practical. But of course, while we are doing this, we don't reject them. We don't say that they are not good at all. No, in order to study the Quran deeper and deeper, we have to go all ways in order to benefit from the Quran. So we will do this now only for practical purposes right now. We divided them into 12 tribes. Who are they? The people of Moses. What does it mean? Human beings are created in different natures. But if each nature of human society must need a guidance according to their living conditions. Some people are farmers. Some people are doing animal farming, not plant or agricultural farming. Some people are doing industrial work. Some people are doing technological studies, engineering. Some people are doing trading. There are different categories of people. Each of them needs guidance according to the living conditions of their lives. So we divided them into 12 tribes, each as a community. Now, not individual persons, but in a community life. Quran acknowledges that in other verses of the Quran as well. God created human beings with different communities. So each community has its own way of life, but that is reality, human reality. For example, in the big cosmopolitan cities, life is completely different from in a rural area where people are just animal farming or agriculture, doing agricultural work. Their lives are different. Quran acknowledges it and says, we provided, now let's see what it says. When his people asked Moses for water, now it is something related to a miraculous creation. And they asked, we need our own water. Every tribe said, okay, we need our own water. And the other tribe said, we need our own water. It means what we understand from it, of course, the miraculous side is different. Then we inspired him, strike the rock with your staff. Yes, but what am I expected to benefit from this miraculous happening? Miraculous happening is narrated in this way, and the Quran explicitly mentions about it. So each tribe said, we need our own water. And God said, okay, strike your staff, strike the rock with your staff. And 12 springs gushed out. Each tribe now has received his water out of rock. These are symbolically very interesting aspects that we can benefit from it. Out of rock, water is running. It's interesting. What does it mean? Of course, this is the miracle. Yes, we don't deny that. But the prophets have to be given miracles. But mentioning these miracles in the Quran, which is a universal message, then I have to say for all human beings, all times, I haven't seen Moses. I haven't seen that he struck the rock with his staff. I haven't seen these 12 people. What does it mean for me now? Why do you tell me this? Of course, this is a legitimate question, and human beings wonder why God tells me this. So we will try to understand this now. Water is the most essential thing for our life. But life, bodily life, water is more essential nourishment for our bodily life. How about my spiritual life? Spiritual life comes from the revelation. And revelation gives this example to me. Let's understand this. Revelation gives this as an example to me. Body needs water. My intelligence, my feelings, my consciousness need enlightenment. The previous verse said, we have to follow the enlightenment. We have to support the enlightenment we receive from the message of the prophets. So I have to concentrate on this point and say, my intelligence needs water. It means a source of satisfaction. And the prophets brings the message, and I understand, benefit from the message, I understand, and my life becomes meaningful. I know why I am living now. So Moses' stuff is a miraculous message of the prophet Moses. But physically speaking, it is the stuff that the miraculously water gushed out of rock. Now, physically speaking, bodily side, spiritual side, message of the prophets received to us. Every group of people benefit from this message according to their living conditions. So the Quran continues, each tribe knew its drinking place. It means each tribe receives a proper guidance from the message of the prophet Moses and appropriately and rightly adjusted their life. So apart from this, we shaded them with clouds. That is physically, again, miraculously happened during the life of the prophet Moses. And this is in several places mentioned in the Quran that God favored them, and God shaded them with clouds and sent down to them manna and quails. Manna and quails, that ready food, whatever they are. They say some of them sweet, the other one is the meat of a bird, which is called quails, prepared, ready. In fact, what we learn from it, and in fact, really, go and see a farm. What do we see in the farm? The farmer puts the seed or the small piece of I don't know how it is called, plant, which grows out of the seed, and really they know how to cultivate the land and do the farming, and we found them ready food. Go to the tree, it is ready, prepared. So we have to understand that bodily needs are prepared by God directly, with no other factors or agents interfering in their existence, the way they are created. No other factors are interfering. What are the farmers are doing? They are not contributing to the creation process of the food or any kind of vegetables or fruits or animals. They just give the food to the animal or water the plants with already created water. So they are not really contributing to the creation of it. So the ready food is also the ready food refers to us as well. We are also receiving a kind of manna and quails. We are also receiving ready food. Although we are also being shaded with clouds. It means made our life easy. For example, nowadays we have heating system, we have cooling system. They are all provided by the order of the universe. It means ultimately by the creator. Created the universe in such a way that the order of the universe gives us the opportunity. If we study and investigate it, we will discover what is hidden in the order of the universe, and accordingly to people work on it, and heating system, cooling system, transportation means, the cars, the trains and airplanes, whatever, all of them are provided within the order of the universe. When we find out, we benefit from them. So eat from the good things we have provided for you. Of course, the good things we have provided, the message is here, eat them, benefit from everything that this creation allows us to receive, to find out and apply in our life. All are provided for us by the creator of the universe. The only thing that we have to be aware that these are provided by the creator of the universe, establisher of the order of the universe. So if, of course, some people may reject the prophetic message because human beings are free, they may confirm it, they may reject it for other considerations. If someone has no agenda, no caprices, no personal choices, that no, I'm going to be a rich man, I am going to cheat people, they can choose. I am going to claim that I am a superman, I am better than the others. Any kind of claims that human beings can do. If they don't accept this ready food, ready water, of course, physically for our body, water is prepared readily. Most of the water, the spring waters, fountains come out of rocks. It means really the rain and snow are created in such a way that we receive our water readily preserved for us. But people of Moses received through miracles. But we are also receiving through miracles, but we are not seeing it as a prophet heating the rock with his staff and water gushes out. But we see it as if, because of familiarity, we see them ordinary activities. We may think that these are just ordinary activities. Of course, we have to be careful that these are all provided, prepared by the creator of the universe for us. If we don't follow the prophetic message, if we don't accept that they are provided for us by the creator of the universe, what we do wrong ourselves. We cannot wrong God. Depending on my choices, either I accept what my reality really naturally desires to have it, or my caprices, my ambitions forces me to do this and that and not accept the prophetic message, not apply the prophetic message in my life, as a result, I harm myself. First of all, I lose my purpose of existence. Second, I think I am going to be successful in this world rather than benefiting from God's favors. What happens? Whatever I gain from this world, I know I am going to die and everything will be left. And when I die, everything is left. I just lose my life, and I see that if someone doesn't follow the message of the prophet, they see what? The aim of life is nothing. We die and we disappear from existence. Of course, this really hurts human feelings, because all human beings are expecting right now to have a full satisfaction. And if we don't understand that there must be another existence which will follow the existence of this world or our existence within this world, so that a new creation will satisfy our feelings, the creator of the feelings guarantees this. Definitely, I will satisfy your feelings because I am the creator of your feelings, which require permanent satisfaction, eternal satisfaction. So I will provide it as the creator of these feelings. If someone doesn't believe in it, he has to suffer that there is no next creation. So everything I will gain, and at the end, I will be left with nothing. So they didn't wrong us, but they only wronged themselves. Clearly states that when I don't follow the message of the prophet, I wrong myself, I harm myself. I cannot harm the creator of the universe or the sender of the message, employer of the prophets. I am just depriving myself if I don't follow the message. Inshallah, today, the end of this verse 160. Inshallah, we can continue next week from 161. Any questions, any comment by any of us here? I think the time is 11 minutes after the hour. So inshallah, we have to stop here. Thank you for coming and joining. Again, Eid Mubarak for all of you. Inshallah.
Thank you, Dr. Ali. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. It was thank you very much for your comment, my friend here.
Thank you.
I am ashamed of reading this kind of appreciative words. So thank you very much. Jazakumullah. Inshallah, I'll see you next Saturday and Monday. Wassalamu alaikum. Tuesday class will start next week, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. There is a nice listener here. Have you seen it? Yes, here it is. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. في أمان الله وحفظه والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.